Job interview anxiety is one of the biggest impediments for you finally closing the deal and getting the job of your dreams. And in this video, I'm going to share with you tried and true data-based methodologies so you can nail that interview and get that job. How's it going, Nez Nation? It's so great to see you. In this video, I'm going to cover some of the best strategies and tips ever. Strategies I use personally with my own clients. By the way, if you don't know who I am, I'm Professor Nez, personal branding coach, executive career coach, online business strategist. I help individuals just like you and businesses grow your impact and income online. This is one of those things that a lot of people, especially clients of mine, have a lot of issues and problems with, and it's very, very natural. And the first thing I want to tell you is, it's okay. Don't worry. Everybody has anxiety in job interviews. I'm going to cover something at the end that I use personally with my clients that is going to absolutely blow your mind. And it's something that you're going to be like, wow, Nez, that seems really ridiculous. But I promise you, if you stick around, I'm going to explain it in such a way it's going to make actual evidence-based scientific sense. And it's going to be a game changer in your interview. So make sure you stick around. Okay, let's jump right into it. So anxiety in job interviews has a lot to do with confidence. It has a lot to do with energy. It has a lot to do with how your mental and physical state are working well together. I'm not going to get woo-woo here. It's going to be very, very practical and down to earth. But it's important before you go into the interview that you do some things to augment and enhance that feeling of comfort, that feeling of confidence, and that feeling that you can communicate with ease. It's literally everything. People don't worry about your credentials. They don't worry about your accolades. Your resume's done the job. Don't even worry about that. Now it's all about you as a human being. And so one thing I would say is people don't hire degrees. They don't hire pieces of paper. They hire your energy. So you got to bring that kind of confidence and that energy that really is infectious to the table. And so the first thing you need to do is something that my dad taught me when I was a kid. It's called the 5 Ps. Piss poor preparation leads to poor performance. Before you go into that interview, you need to really do your research and be prepared. And I don't mean rehearsing. You don't need cue cards. You don't want to come off as rigid and pre-rehearsed and too premeditated. But really what you need to do is download as much information and knowledge in this beautiful computer called MindBody. Everything that you can possibly find out and discover about the job, about the company. You need to know more about the company than the person interviewing you. That way, when they ask you questions, you don't get that sudden pang of anxiety that really can stifle you and cause you to stammer and search for things, and it's just bad boogie. So prepare is really essential. Now I'm going to give you some very, very practical tips. Number 1, don't drink coffee that day. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Nez, what are you talking about? I drink coffee every single day. So do I. Don't drink coffee. Drink decaf if you have to, or drink some green tea or something like that. But stay away from anything with too much caffeine. Your adrenaline and your nervous system are already going to be functioning at full high octane because of the interview. And so adding fuel to that fire, adding more unnecessary kind of energy is just going to cause you to have the jitters and cause you to have dry mouth. Trust me, this stuff works. Number 2, I want you to get there early. I know this sounds crazy. Get there early. If the appointment's at 9, get there at 8. If the appointment's at 10, get there at 9. If the appointment's at 12, you get the picture. By getting there early, you're doing 2 things. Number 1, you're showing that you are somebody who is diligent, you're eager, you're excited to talk to this person. And number 2, usually when these companies have interviews, they do them in blocks. And so if you can get there early, and let's say somebody reschedules, somebody cancels, or the interviewer gets done early with the person they were interviewing prior, they will be excited to see you because they may just be like, wow, okay, you're here already. I could interview you before I have to go to lunch, and then I'm done for this block or this time. It puts them in a good mood. Not only does it show them that you're excited and you're ready and that you're punctual, I mean, that's pretty important, but also it's going to show them that, hey, man, you might actually save me some time and I can go to lunch early, or whatever may be the case. That's going to put that individual in a good mood. This sounds ridiculous, I know, but trust me, you want that interviewer, that hiring manager, HR director, what have you, you want them in a good mood, because when they're in a good mood, they're going to be a lot more conversational, looser, relaxed, which really is going to put a good impression, because when they go back and they look at all the interviews and they look at all the candidates, you're going to stick in their mind as that individual because of a feeling. People don't hire your credentials. They hire your energy. It's all about feeling. I know it sounds crazy. So get there early, okay? It puts them in a good mood. When they're in a good mood, you're in a good mood, and it quells your anxiety. It has a beautiful cross-transformational effect. And so make sure that you understand this. I'm telling you, I know it sounds nuts, but is absolutely tantamount to your success. Here's the big one. This is the big one. And remember, stick around, because I've got one that I'm going to share that I share personally with clients that I know you're going to think is ridiculous, but I'm going to explain the science behind it. It's going to blow your mind. Make sure you stick around. Fear, anxiety, these are all caused by thoughts of a future event. These are all caused by the fear of failure, the fear of judgment, the fear of making mistakes, the fear of looking stupid, the fear of acting inappropriate. All of these are just simply thoughts. This is the crux of this video. This is the real big kind of message that is going to help you guys immensely to get rid of job interview anxiety. Do not fight the anxiety, first of all. So many people, I see this all the time. I've looked at a lot of videos, and believe me, I've been studying this dude for over 2 decades, so I know this. So many videos, they talk about distracting yourself, thinking positive, snapping a rubber band, using a clicker, all these ridiculous gimmicks and ridiculous kind of shortcuts that don't do anything but just compound the importance of the anxiety. Don't fight the nerves. You need to befriend the nerves. Nez, what in the world are you talking about? What I mean is that when the anxiety comes, just really make an internal decision that you're going to allow the anxiety some space. This is so big. Allow it a little bit of space so it can coexist. So it's not stifling you. It's not thwarting you. It's not causing you to stumble, mumble, and fumble. You're just letting it be there, and you're letting it actually enhance your performance. Pressure is a privilege, okay? And so this is something a lot of top athletes know. If you allow the nerves some space, you don't pay them too much attention, you don't identify with those thoughts of anxiety, you don't give them vehemence or importance, watch what happens. The anxiety is going to quietly melt into your being, and it's going to just kind of imbue itself throughout your system and not be an inhibitor, but actually may enhance your performance. Because you're going to be more alert, your senses are going to be heightened, you're going to be more aware. A lot of good things can come from that. Don't fight the anxiety. Allow it to be there. Give it some space. Just don't give it any importance, and watch what happens. Okay, last but not least, this is my number one tip. So we talked about performance, we talked about preparation, we talked about getting there early, getting the hiring manager in a really, really good mood. Here is the big one. This is the big kahuna, and I know what you're going to think. You're going to think, Nez, oh my God, that's what I waited in this video for? Just let me explain. If you arrive there early, and hopefully you took advice number one, is getting there early. If you got there early, whether it's a half an hour, or 15 minutes, this is what I want you to do, right? The secretary or office manager is going to say, thank you so much for arriving, Mr. Nez. We will be right with you, right? And you'll be put into a lobby. I want you to take not 1, not 2, but 3 deep breaths. And I say deep. Inhaling through your nose, holding it for like 3 seconds. If you can hold it for 4, do that. And then quietly exhaling through your mouth. When you're inhaling, don't think about your lungs. Don't think about your chest, because then you get that kind of short breath. I can't hold it, and it just comes out too fast. When you're inhaling, think about your stomach. I know it sounds crazy, and I'm going to explain this in a second. When you're inhaling, think about your stomach. Think about filling your stomach up. You see the difference? A much deeper breath. And then hold it for 3 seconds and quietly exhale through your mouth. Do that 3 times. And what you're doing, I know you think it's ridiculous. What you're doing is you're hyper-oxygenating your blood. You know that feeling that you get after you do a really good workout, exercise, sport, what have you? You know that endorphins buzz? That is caused by red blood cells being highly oxidized. When you hyperoxygenate or augment the oxygen in your blood, that will actually send, a lot more oxygen to the brain, which the brain then sends a signal back to the nervous system. We're all good. Everything is okay. I know you think this is ridiculous, but this is the number one tip. And I'm telling you, I have evidence, I have data that shows that it absolutely works every single time. When you're in a calm state, when you're in a state of relaxation, you are much more confident, you're much more amenable, and there's something called energy transference. Kind of something I alluded to in the beginning. It's infectious. The person interviewing you will feel your calmness, this is not woo-woo, please, by the way. This is not woo-woo or something weird, and this isn't Deepak Chopra stuff. It's very practical, anchored in reality, down-to-earth stuff. The person interviewing you will feel that confidence, will feel that relaxation, and it has a beautiful counter effect where they become more confident, they become more relaxed. You got to understand something. The person interviewing you is, in some instances, with all intents and purposes, actually just as nervous, if not more nervous than you, because this is a big thing. It's a big deal. It's a big decision. And so they need to find somebody to invest in. You need to find a job so you can support yourself and your family. There's a lot of tension there. If you can be the one who can break the tension, and I'm telling you it works every time, watch what happens. Not only is that person going to feel amazing around you, not only is that person going to feel inwardly thankful that you were able to do that, but it's going to leave a lasting impression when they go back and they look at all the candidates and try to make their final round decisions. You're going to be on that list. Trust me. Do this. Come back to this video and comment. Let me know, because I respond to all the comments personally. You're going to get rid of job interview anxiety for good, and you're going to nail the job that you're going after. I promise you this stuff works. I hope you got a ton of value from this video. It means the absolute world to me that you stuck around this far. If you stuck around this long, make sure you hit that like button. I would really, really appreciate it. It's right down there. And also, I've got a ton of videos. I'll leave links in the description, all about mindset, anxiety, mindset mastery, panic attacks. Go check out the videos in the description, because you're going to get a ton of value. And please consider subscribing if you haven't already, because I'm bringing you brain-busting content every single week. Also, I have a live stream office hours that I do every single week. So you want to click subscribe, hit that bell notification, so when I go live, you get to talk to me personally on the live stream and ask me questions, anything you want about how to grow your impact and your income online, mindset, business, branding, the whole gamut. We go live every single week, so make sure you click subscribe. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Make sure you go check out these other videos, because these other videos are really going to complement this one. Make sure you subscribe to my shorts channel up there. Subscribe down there to the main channel. I'll see you in the next video.